Steve takes a lot of pride in the number of generations that he's lived not only in Vermont, but in Brattleboro.
Steve is an incredible historian.
He's just insatiable when it comes to stories about local events, local people, that kind of thing.
He knows more about Brattleboro and probably more about Brattleboro Memorial Hospital than anybody else in town.
He's a walking clipping service.
Steve would come in to the meetings with articles that he had clipped out of the Reformer.
Whenever you meet with Steve, and I still do, he's got a clipping opinion on everything.
But not just local. I mean, anything to do with, say, the toy business, a recall of a toy, anything like that always lands on my desk. So there's always a surprise there.
Stephen and Jane have gone to Virgin Gorda for many, many years. And he and Jane take a walk every day, and they collect as they walk, they collect all the bottles and cans, and they clean up the island. And he also does that when he walks with Jane in town. So Stephen is a collector of many tales of history, as well as he's a collector of rubbish and garbage. But he's also a collector of money.
And his father taught him a lot about how to raise big money for big causes.
Steve has been part of the hospital for as long as I can remember. You know, you ask him to do something and he just says, point me in the right direction. He knows a lot of people. He's not afraid to make an ask, and particularly if it's a meaningful ask for his community.
Steve has always had an interest in the hospital, and I think that goes back to his father, with whom he started soliciting for the hospital for the annual drives.
A lovely man who is totally supportive of Jane.
I think their reputation in town is as a couple, and nothing can be nicer than that.
Wonderful friends and wonderful people, and they've done so much for the community.
The words I'd use would be loving and generous.
I think of Jane as probably as close to maybe an angel as you can get.
Kind, gentle, caring, loving.
Curiosity and interest in you and what you're doing, which is, I think, the way the great people are.
She's good in all, and that's not true with most of us.
She's a bulldog. Probably the most elegant bulldog you would ever see, but a bulldog. And given something she needed to do, she did it. And we all would know that she'd come through.
The way I think of her most is with the breast cancer support group.
At that time, back in '93, no one was talking about breast cancer. You just kept that quiet.
That same year, in 1993, our breast cancer support group was started.
I know one of the things she felt was very important in our group was how we came together from such different backgrounds and just united.
I was newly diagnosed, and Jane was a wonderful, calming presence. She really made me feel life was possible.
And despite her own trials, she had courage and fortitude and kept going. I'm so grateful for all that you've done for Brattleboro Memorial and all of the members of our community whose lives you've touched.
Thank you for all that you've done, and keep on doing it, because we need you and we know where you live, and we will come and find you if you start slowing down.